Christmas is a time of joy, love, and reflection. It's a season that calls us to remember the birth of Jesus Christ, a moment in history that transformed the world. Yet beyond the celebrations, the lights, and the gifts, lies a deeper message, the call to follow Jesus' example in our everyday lives. The story of Jesus begins in a humble manger in Bethlehem, born to Mary and Joseph. His arrival was announced not to kings and rulers, but to shepherds tending their flocks in the fields. This act of humility sets the stage for his life and teachings. Jesus' example reminds us that greatness is not found in wealth or power, but in humility, service, and love. As we celebrate Christmas, we are called to embody these principles. Jesus taught us to love one another, to serve others selflessly, and to forgive even when it is difficult. His life is a blueprint for how we can bring light into a darkened world. The birth of Jesus represents hope and a reminder that even in the humblest of circumstances, greatness can emerge. The Christmas season is filled with moments that allow us to reflect on the values Jesus stood for. When we exchange gifts, it symbolizes the ultimate gift given to humanity, God's love through Jesus Christ. But beyond the material gifts, there's a deeper call to give of ourselves, our time, and our compassion to those in need. Jesus' life was one of sacrifice and love, and as we remember his birth, we are reminded of his message to care for the least among us. Whether it's sharing a meal with someone who is lonely, extending kindness to a stranger, or forgiving someone who has wronged us, these are the moments where we truly follow his example. Christmas is not only about celebrating what Jesus has done for us, but also about what we can do for us in his name. The shepherds who visited Jesus on the night of his birth remind us of the importance of faith. They were ordinary people who answered the call of the angels and went to see the Savior. In the same way, we are called to seek him in our lives. The wise men brought gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh, each carrying profound significance. But their journey to find Jesus teaches us something even more important: the value of dedication and the willingness to follow the light, no matter how far or difficult the path may be. Christmas is a time to remember that love is the greatest gift of all. Jesus' ministry was centered on love for God, for neighbors, and even for enemies. This love is unconditional, forgiving, and all-encompassing. When we allow this love to guide us, we bring the true spirit of Christmas to life. In a world that often feels divided and filled with uncertainty, the message of Christmas is a beacon of hope. Jesus showed us how to build bridges, mend relationships, and create peace. This season reminds us to take the first step in reconciling with those we may have drifted apart from. It is an opportunity to bring harmony where there is discord, just as Jesus brought peace to a troubled world. The birth of Jesus was not just an event, it was the beginning of a journey that would change the course of history. His teachings call us to action. They urge us to feed the hungry, clothe the poor, and stand up for justice. These are not just acts of charity, but acts of faith that reflect his love and mercy. Christmas is the perfect time to recommit ourselves to these values and let them shine through our actions. As we gather with family and friends this Christmas, let us also remember those who may not have the same privileges. Jesus came into the world not in a palace, but in a stable, reminding us to cherish the simple things and to reach out to those who are struggling. Whether it's through a kind word, a warm gesture, or a generous act, we can make a difference in someone's life. Christmas calls us to live with gratitude. Just as the angels praised God on the night of Jesus' birth, we too are invited to give thanks for the blessings we have. Gratitude transforms our hearts and allows us to see the beauty in the world around us. It reminds us to appreciate the moments that matter, the laughter of loved ones, the warmth of a home, and the miracle of life itself. In following Jesus' example, we are also called to live with faith. Faith is what sustained Mary and Joseph on their journey to Bethlehem. It's what gave the shepherds courage to follow the angel's message. It's what led the wise men to travel far to find the Savior. Faith is what binds us to the true meaning of Christmas and gives us hope for the future. The call of Christmas is not just for one day or one season. It is a call to live each day with purpose, kindness, and love. Jesus' example is a reminder that we are never alone, that we are loved beyond measure, and that we are capable of extraordinary acts of goodness. When we embrace this message, we bring the light of Christmas into our lives and into the lives of those around us. As we celebrate this special time of year, let us not only remember the story of Jesus' birth, but also carry its lessons into the new year. Let us strive to be more patient, more compassionate, and more giving. Let us be a source of hope and love in a world that desperately needs it. This Christmas, let the call of Jesus inspire you. Follow his example in how you live, how you treat others, and how you share your blessings. Let your actions reflect the light of his love. For when we live in his way, we bring the true spirit of Christmas to life.